Are high school students ready for the state's new graduation exams? Some local leaders don't think so. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone. Thank you for joining us. Well, starting this year, Maryland ninth graders will be required to take new standardized tests in order to graduate. But some local education leaders are trying to change that. Baltimore and Montgomery County school officials are asking for a delay in administering the exam. They say state leaders mandated the tests this past summer without any clear knowledge of how students would perform. The new exams would be based on a more challenging Common Core curriculum, and local leaders want a trial period before making it mandatory for graduation. While there's been no formal action in Prince George's schools chief, Kevin Maxwell, is also backing a delay. The Maryland State Education Association is expected to vote on a resolution to this issue this weekend. Well, it's no secret that domestic violence has been a nationwide issue, and that includes here in Prince George's. More than 40% of crimes committed in the county have been related to the issue. Conflicts surrounding domestic violence have taken numerous lives, including 3-year-old Kanijah Bibb. And the toddler was killed after a stray bullet hit her during a fight that was domestic related. The state's attorney's office says it's an issue that needs to be resolved.
17 of the 42 homicides that we've seen have been domestic related. Of those domestic related homicides, we have had only one person who was a victim ever come to our office to seek help from our prosecutors. And these men, who unfortunately are the abusers in the situation, are not people who have come through our criminal justice system for the most part. We have never seen them before. So the concern is that people are reaching a breaking point, whether it's socioeconomic, other issues in the household. They're reaching that breaking point and they're snapping. And so really and truly, one of the things that the state's attorney is doing, working with the faith-based community to be able to help empower their domestic violence ministries so that, they have the proper tools to be able to help congregants and other people in the community who come into the churches for help.
In an effort to raise awareness of the issue, State's Attorney Angela Alsobrooks is hosting a domestic violence run, walk, roll. The event will take place this Saturday at Paint Branch Park Trail in College Park. Registration starts at 8 a.m. and is free to the public.
And doctors at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda say Nina Pham, the Ebola-infected nurse, is doing well. The 26-year-old is flown from a Dallas hospital and is currently in an isolation unit. She's one of 2 healthcare workers infected while taking care of Thomas Duncan, the Liberian man who died from the disease. Also, a lab supervisor at that same hospital remains in isolation on board a Carnival Magic cruise. He is not showing any symptoms. Meanwhile, an Ebola scare at the Pentagon today, a woman who was found vomiting in the parking lot told officers she had recently visited Sierra Leone. This prompted officials to close an entrance and restrict access to the facility's south parking lot. President Obama also announced today that he will appoint Ron Klain as Ebola czar. Well, first, airports started screening passengers for signs of Ebola, and now school systems in the area are taking steps to monitor students for signs of the deadly virus. Prince George's public schools are implementing preventative measures in accordance with county and federal health agency guidelines. Officials say the school system is taking a 3-pronged approach that starts with educating students, staff, and parents.
Be informed. Use the TEF strategy. Each nurse in Prince George's County Public School System received an email stating what to look for. And the biggest thing is really travel to those 3 affected countries in the last 21 days. And then secondly, exposure. And then thirdly, fever of 101.4 Fahrenheit. Above that is what we would look for. And then thirdly, standard precautions.
To date, there have been no cases of Ebola diagnosed in Maryland. Nonetheless, Governor Martin O'Malley says the state is taking proactive steps and coordinating across agencies. The Maryland Emergency Management Agency is also working with federal and local governments to prepare hospitals and train frontline healthcare workers. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone.